I want to thank you all. We're going to be here with you for 2 days. My name's Al Thomason. We also have here Rick Jones and Tyler and Jason. We're all from Dragonfly Energy. And over these next 2 days, and unfortunately you get me for 2 days, which means you're going to hear me talk a lot and go into rabbit holes. I also definitely want to make sure that you ask questions and get the value out of this. We're going to be covering a lot of material in the next 2 days. We're going to be covering topics such as high energy systems, the Wakespeed 500. We're going to do some deep dives into some of the technical details of the Wakespeed 500, as well as high energy DC systems in general. I was asked to give a very nerdy presentation. There'll be tomorrow on CAN bus. And if you guys ever want to learn about CAN bus, come awake. And if you don't want to learn about it, just know that I'm an engineer and I'm the type of person, if you ask me a question, I will give you an answer. All right. So hopefully at the end of these 2 days, you will be able to understand what a high energy system is, high energy DC system is, what is the Wakespeed 500, WS500, and how is it different than other alternator controllers that are out there. We will cover what you need in order to do an installation. There's a lot of options. I brought quite a few of them here on the table that we can look at. We will also be talking about how to configure and install and how to know if it's working, as well as some troubleshooting and some of our experiences over the past 5 or 6 years of doing these type of installs. Things we've learned that go bump in the night. And especially when we talk about 48-volt systems, there's a lot of fun stuff that happens in that world. Along with that, we're going to spill in just a little bit of the Wakespeed folklore and where it all came from, because apparently you guys are interested in that, or at least I was told you were, or at least Kevin's interested. He wants to hear it, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, so before we get started, we are going, in the way this is structured is there'll be a couple hours of presentation in the morning and then Q&A. I'm guessing we break for lunch, and then afterwards we'll do some lab work. The first day we're going to focus on the hardware aspects of the Wakespeed 500, how you wire it, install it, and then tomorrow we'll go into the configurations. In preparation for that, I want to ask everyone, download the Wakespeed application onto your cell phone. And if you have an Android, that's even better. If you don't, find someone who does. We'll cover why later. But please have that application on your cell phone, because it's a very important part of the Wakespeed value prop, not just for configuring, but also as diagnostics tools and going forward. We also have a number of Wakespeed regulators. Kevin, how many do we actually have? We have 5. So, you guys will team up, I guess. Kevin, we'll cover this all when we get into the afternoon. All right. Any questions or comments at this point? Is there anything, I'm just kind of curious, is there anything as you knew that this next 2 days was coming up that you guys were particularly keen on learning about? What's like something that's going, great, I hope I get the answer to? Perfect, yeah. Oh, Kevin's got one, of course he does.
I think one of the things that's going to be extremely helpful for our students is to make sure that everybody understands why Wakespeed, why an external regulator, and probably a lot of detail on the proper installation, because these folks are going to be out there in the field doing these type of things. They're also going to be very involved with recommending to the customer what type of system to put in, so they need to know all that kind of stuff. That's and then of course troubleshooting on the other side.
Perfect, perfect. Well, hopefully we cover a little bit of all those topics. But again, as we go through this, we're here and we're very happy to have been invited in, because we do see a very significant change in the DC systems, the high energy DC systems. It is a fundamental change in the way that boats as well as RVs are being deployed these days. It brings great customer value. It's just, we're not back in the 80s anymore where you just threw a couple golf cart batteries in and called it good, right?